Uh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Welcome back to round two.
Got Chris Dotson playing some Blue Black Shadow and Isaiah Mosher playing some Yawgmoth. First time having Chris Dotson in from Modern, and it's first time having him on feature match.
And just a reminder, today's event is going to be 4 rounds with a cut to top 4. So no quarterfinals in this tournament, just semis and a championship.
Can I see his list, Chris's list? I know Isaiah's because I play him all the fucking time. All right, so what does he have for this?
I mean,
Dress downs are good.
fine.
Fine, yeah.
Not the best. I mean, I think his best path to victory is to. This is a hard matchup. I'm not gonna lie. This is not a favorable matchup for Chris.
No, it's not.
I don't know. He can get a flyer in the air that doesn't get answered. Maybe I guess that's the best path to victory.
Tides are. Yeah, you just got to be aggressive. He's just got to go for beatdown starts. Interact as much as you can. He's got plenty of interaction. Sideboard, there's not a whole lot.
Yeah, like the Thought Seasons and stuff could also set up.
Yeah. I like Non-Hill Spellbomb, and I like Tashana's Tidebinder out of the sideboard. Tashana's Tidebinder is not bad. If well, it's awkward with Yawg.
It's a little slow.
Well, problem is he can just respond to it on the stack.
Yeah.
Anyway, and it's in play, so yeah, I think you just gotta.
It's decent against the artifact. It might just be a little too slow, honestly.
Yeah.
Doesn't attack ground attackers aren't.
No, it's
phenomenal.
It's not great. I was thinking of it just to shut down Yawg, but since he can just respond to it on the stack, it's pretty kind of whatever.
Chris's life total management is going to be really key in this matchup. Yeah. I think Yawgmoth is probably one of those decks where you gotta be a little more conservative. You can't do all the work yourself.
For sure, I do kind of feel like he needs to be fairly aggressive in the match.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Your hope is that Isaiah just plays a bunch of mana dorks and has to chump block a lot.
Right.
That's where you'd want to be.
All right. Yeah, I think the Bowmasters are gonna just kill other Bowmasters, which is usually what happens with Bowmasters. Is that you're gonna lead with his? Nope, he's gonna lead with the fetch and get a dork down, I assume. Yep. Get the ignoble hierarch down. After fetching for a overgrown tomb, I'm sure. Ye old ignoble hierarch. Love that little guy. Alright. Gonna get a. Do we have a Thoughtseize? Or do we have just preordain?
No 1 mana play.
Okay, we do have a Thoughtseize.
What land did he play there?
Darkslick.
Oh, Darkslick, sure. Okay.
Yep.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
that's a recent reprint. Huh?
Yeah, I think it's from the Phyrexian block. That wasn't a block from a little bit ago.
All right. Well, it looks like he's just gonna take one of the 2 core. That's all he's got. This is all right.
Yeah, no, this
is the type of hand that Chris can beat, right?
Yeah, for sure. Do you think he has a counterspell in his hand too? So
be able to get the next chord.
Yep.
Isaiah's probably just gonna poke in for 1 here, unless he drew a way to use this mana.
Get our sweet plant token on screen here.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, John, that one kind of pops.
Yeah. Oh, they all pop now.
You get this.
Oh, now
updated.
we've got. Oh, she's on there. I just added. Yeah, I just added her. She's one of the last in the cycle.
Cool.
Pretty sure. All right, so Isaiah's got the mana down. All he's got's Chord, so think it's definitely okay for Chris to be patient enough, although Ignoble Hierarch does present actual combat damage happening. But nice small chunks, which is good for a Death Shadow player. Like, you kind of welcome those 2-point swings if you get them. Help you out a little bit. It's going to pass, holding up Counterspell. Isaiah draws. Not sure what that was.
Yeah, and this is
Maybe
probably
just
just going to be a pass by Isaiah if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to make you use the counterspell on your turn.
Can't quite see what he's drawn. I'm going to take a look at his hand if we can. Of course, I always catch him when they put him down. Nope.
This is the tricky thing playing a counterspell deck because he's going to get to cord now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, in response to this,
Yeah.
now he gets to cord.
And he is. So what's the get here? He's going to cord.
I don't
for
love counterspells
3?
against this deck because they play on your turn.
Yeah.
That sucks.
For sure.
I mean, you kind of have to have them because...
Yeah, I feel like there's a case to wait a turn. Like, knowing that Isaiah's hand is kind of like lackluster anyway. Because I don't think Chris is boned on land. I think he had a third land in hand.
Yeah, and he knew about the cord too, so
Yeah.
he very well knew that cord could be coming down with this.
So what is Isaiah going to get here? He's going to
I
cord for
imagine
3.
he gets grist.
Yeah, that is the get. That's absolutely the get. Which is really powerful.
Yeah. He won't get to activate it this turn.
That's
but
fine.
Yeah, like, I don't think there's any way for Chris to really... Let me take a look at his deck.
I don't think
he
in...
probably plays the Edict?
In sideboard. There may be some copies in main. Don't think I saw any in main.
Yeah, there are not. That's unfortunate for him. He's gonna want them out of the sideboard.
Yeah, specifically for Grist. I really do like that card. It's like one of the...
I like his list. Stubby D in the deck.
That's iffy.
Yeah. It's a fine card.
I think
it's not great.
Well, I think you just have to be a little bit more committed. Like, Stubby D makes sense in Domain because there's a plethora of things that always trigger it. Whereas this list, like, you have 2 things.
I mean, he's got 7 total copies, which is about what it used to be.
Yeah.
Old school.
Right.
You know, back when you had the Gurmag anglers
Sure.
and stuff.
Scoos, that's what the card was. Well, that's... If Isaiah gets to stick that and kind of run with it, that could be good, too.
Oh, the Scoos is what's in his hand?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that was a main deck card.
Yeah, yep, it's been a recent thing. I think it makes a lot of sense in the deck, honestly. I think it's a one of.
Yeah, sure. I see it in there.
Alright, so what is Chris's follow-up here? This is quite the board from Isaiah. This Chris is definitely going to be giving him some problems. Does he... Can't quite... Counterspell, Drown, Murktide, Bowmaster. I don't know what that last
Yeah, the
black
grist
card
is just such a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, what he really needs is a Murktide.
Yeah, and I don't think he's...
I guess Murktide doesn't even do anything. He just dies to this grist.
He dies to the grist, yeah.
But that does make his board a little bit smaller. I mean,
It does. Yeah, it's an awkward spot. Holding up the Bowmaster is not really going to do a whole lot for him. Holding up Counterspell is not doing a whole lot for him. I think it's probably worth it to go ahead and try to like force action and get.
I mean, if you got Bowmaster, I say just go ahead and murder this mana dork right now. I mean,
yeah, the Hierarch.
So,
yeah.
Let's not fuck around here. You know,
Yeah.
let's start putting some pressure. Bowmaster is actually kind of a really cool answer to putting 2 bodies in play.
Right. Alright, we're gonna get a plus here.
Looks like that was an action card that he drew for turn. Take a look. Okay, seeing an insect come in, take action insect token.
Yep. There's the
Get
wall of
yours.
roots.
No.
And he's got Yawg in hand now.
Excuse me.
So what are we gonna do here? I don't feel like going ahead and attacking with a plant just to get the
Yeah, and the thing is, he's uncounterable Yawgmoth.
yeah.
Gonna make that counter spell look really bad.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, that card was such a good addition for the deck. And this is the bitch. Like, okay, you can kill it,
I
and
think you
he's
need
just
to
gonna
kill
draw
something. Like you're kind of dead, but you need to kill something. Okay.
He's just gonna remove it. Or no. Nope. Thought I could counter it. You can remove it after it resolves. That'll be a little awkward. And here's where he's got to start taking some actions. Isaiah's getting away from him here. So I think we see the... Are we going to see the Bowmaster? Yeah. And so Isaiah's probably going to go ahead and...
Just sack whatever this is
yeah,
targeting.
with the trigger. Let him get another trigger, but... Yeah. So sack in response. Kill your Bowmaster. And draw a card. You can go ahead and do another damage. Grow your army. See, I think he's marking the bug for the damage. Or no, Isaiah's sacking here.
Yeah. Interesting that he sacks the 1/1 before the plant. Leads me to believe he's probably going to be sacking both.
Yeah. All right. So now we know Drown in the Lock is live to attempt to kill the Yawg, which is probably the thing to do. Especially while he's a little bit lower on dudes. You don't want to let him plus grist and then try to kill it. I just try to get rid of it now. Just to give him a free dude to sack and do stuff with. Probably we'll see a Murktide here, I think. Yeah, there's a plant. Featured on the left of the screen. Alright. Are we going to have a Murktide? I think we are.
It is interesting that he sacked the insect instead of the plant. I think it's because the plant is so sexy.
Right, yeah. Alright, Drown coming down to remove this Yawgmoth. It's definitely going to finish off the army. Draw an extra card. And this is the problem, man. This is the bitch about this deck, trying to interact with it, is because it just draws a new hand every time.
Yeah, if you let that Yawgmoth card resolve, it sure
Yeah,
does.
dude, you can't really, you're so behind if he resolves, no matter what. He's already been kind of...
Yeah, even if you deal with it, they just get to start over.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. They get a whole new hand. All right, now we're going to see the Murktide, which is going to get murked. But, you know, for some action, I suppose. What sucks is he's going to get the Yawgmoth and then do it with that and not have to waste another card.
Getting his Murktide murked might be the best play right now.
No, I think
to
it
clean
is.
up the board
I think it
bit.
is. Like, he needs to...
But unfortunately, Isaiah's just got another grist, so he's probably going to negative grist and then immediately play another one.
Right. Well, he's got a Yawgmoth in hand, too, so he can just play the Yawgmoth and sack for, like, the most value, so... Yawg's a good deck, man. It's good stuff. And his own Bowmaster. I actually think Yawg is like one of the best Bowmaster decks, too. Because Bowmaster...
He's got a tiny blue dice on top of his Murktide. It is a 3/3,
yes.
three counter, so it's a 6/6.
Isaiah should like, hey, use this big white dice. Because it's a blue dice on a blue card.
Is it only -1? I thought it was like -3 or something.
No, it's -2.
So, okay.
It was at 4.
Yeah, okay, sure.
And now we see Scoos, maybe? Yep. Don't hate that. Now we can start making another big threat. Just kind of moving into now beatdown mode. Because you have more threats than your opponent has answers or threats themselves. Okay, Bowmaster, dress down. Still holding the counter spell. I don't know what that really dark card is. Oh, it's a fatal push, I think, maybe. I don't know. Too flippy.
Is this still game 1?
Yes. Oh, we did not start the clock, did we?
That does seem to be a thing that I failed to do.
I'll go check the timeout there.
Yep, we'll just add a couple minutes.
It's at 31 minutes.
31 minutes.
So we can say like 34 or something.
We're probably not that far behind them out there, honestly.
No.
Let's do 32.
All right. Bowmasters comes down to ping something. Doesn't feel super good. Oh, we're gonna see a Bowmaster kill a Bowmaster. That's pretty much the only thing I ever see that card do.
What?
It's just kill Bowmasters. Like, that's really what happens. Whenever I play it, it's just like, okay, you kill my Bowmaster, then I kill your Bowmaster with my Bowmaster, and vice versa. And it's just Bowmasters kill Bowmasters. You might kill a Ragavan. You know, like, you might gang block a Grief at best, but most of the time they just kill Bowmasters. Alright, so swinging in with all these dudes? Is that what's happening here? He's like, oh, he knows too. Okay, ooh, gang block. That's going to make this Bowmaster look really good. Right. Now he gets to grow his Scoos too, if he wants to.
This deck just has so much play to it.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we're going to eat the Bowmaster, grow the Scoos. And grow it again. Nice.
Yeah.
Beat
And I think
down.
the biggest thing here is just you kind of taken Murktide out of the game now.
Yes.
Which you already had covered anyway.
Yeah.
So really, there's just no line where Chris can work his way through this.
No, not at all. That dress down's not doing anything for him here. He has a dress down in hand, right? Actually, why didn't he just dress down with the Bowmaster on the stack? Not. That would have been good. Would have been something. Oh, they're shadows. Okay.
Yeah.
2 big ass dudes. Well, one of them's gonna die.
Well, I mean, I think that he's just gonna die.
Yeah, this is pretty much over.
Where it ends.
Yeah. Yep. I'd have to agree. Alright, we're gonna see. 2 mana. Well, roots.
It's like the 1-mana dork. It blocks everything.
Dude, that fucking Wall of Roots is such a sweet card. Alright. Sack the Yawgmoth. Blow up a dude. Yep. Must be unfamiliar with Grist.
And I assume he's gonna play the other Grist here. make it uncounterable, blow up your other shadow, attack for lethal.
Yeah. This random line of text on this card that really kind of doesn't need to be there. Or the interaction with Grist is fucking... Because it's if a creature spell, use that on the stack.
Like, there are 2 cards in Isaiah's deck that he really needs to resolve, and that little mana dork ensures that both of them do so.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. No, that was a huge get for the deck. Huge get.
Yeah. And also just the fact that being a 1/2, so it
Yeah.
doesn't die to all these random ping effects.
Yes,
that are
for
rolling
sure.
around. By the way, haven't seen a Ren in 6 in a long time.
Long time.
Never thought I would miss that card.
Yeah, pretty much. He only really gets played, I think, in like creativity decks anymore. That's really all I see.
Yeah.
Maybe a
I
domain.
haven't seen a creativity deck in a while
No.
either.
It's been picking back up on Moto. I mean, I think John has played a creativity deck a few weeks ago. But yeah, no. I
Doesn't
think
seem like it's the most well-positioned thing.
no. It seems okay. It is what it is. It shifts. That deck shifts are in moving around so much with different iterations. It doesn't have a reanimation package, yada yada yada. Yeah, I got tired of running 6, but yeah, I kinda missed the guy. It's really the cards around him that were in the deck around running 6 that really made it like obnoxious and annoying. Alright. Well, Isaiah seems like really solid here. I'm not sure what Chris is gonna be doing. Says, look at that. Guess I don't need the Zelaport Cutthroat. I'm gonna bring in some pushes and an endurance, I think. That's what we're seeing here. Can't see anything Chris is doing, unfortunately. I feel like marking a spot on that mat, like a red square. It just identifies like where the hand cams look. This is where we can see things. Put them here. And don't wear hats.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's just a matter of getting it honed in, like to where maybe just getting the right angle to where it gets around this, It's
a bear of a thing for me to do.
It's
Yeah.
a pain in the ass.
I need help with that, yeah.
I mean, we tried to adjust it, when they got moved, like even like getting it back. When this camera gets nudged a little bit, it's a pain in the dick to get it.
No, I can imagine a place to put them, but it'll take. Well, the other thing too is like making sure they're clear of people
running into them, and
I have an idea. I might do that after this event tonight a little bit, since I'll have the free time, and since this won't go super late, since it's a lower turnout.
You know what we need? We need to get camera hats.
Right.
So we can go to let's go to his camera hat. And it's Chris's camera hat will be showing us Isaiah and also his own hand.
Yeah. Yeah, just hey, wear this GoPro. I have to ask you to put this GoPro on. Oh shit.
Yeah, so his hand cam would also be Isaiah's reaction cam.
Right. It'd be sweet to have poker, almost poker cameras out there too. Because if we just had one that was just right in front of the table right there, just angled up.
Oh yeah, where they have little
Which I mean, it'd be different than poker, but just having one at the edge, angled at what is that, like a 45? Angled at 45 up.
Yeah, I mean that actually is the perfect way to do a.
Maybe I'll look into some spy camera stuff and install it right there. It's been a while since we've upgraded, so maybe it's time.
We're doing fine.
No, I do want to reposition.
Just
though.
creating extra work for yourself.
I think I just want everything to be perfect, man. Take my shop serious. Serious, man. I take action seriously. I do have an idea though on position on hand cam, so I'm gonna try to experiment with that tonight after we get done with this event. Taking out the stubby denials, They don't seem to do anything. Bringing... Oh, no edicts. Those would be good. I don't think he's bringing in the edicts. Maybe I'm seeing a different card. All right. Moving on to game 2 here. Isaiah was kind of mopped that up pretty easy. Just had the perfect sequence. And on a like mediocre like start too. It just kind of worked out because again, he resolved the Yawg and got to draw a new hand.
Well, it's kind of like what we saw against the Tron. Like, you know, he had kind of a, you know, the Thoughtseize got the important part of the hand and like the removal spell got a mana dork. It's like, but if you're not putting any pressure on him, like it really is all for nothing.
Yeah, pressure is huge because they get to just do whatever they want. They have the tech, they have the lines, they have the search capability. The deck is super tuned, super streamlined. If I was him, I would have taken the Bowmasters out for some stuff because they don't do anything.
It's a shame that Chris doesn't have any Douthies in his sideboard.
Yeah.
I kind of like them here.
I see Stern Scolding, Death Shadow, lots of card selection, no lands yet. Ugh, that is a no-land hand, I believe. Yeah, there are no lands there. I'm gonna put that away.
You didn't have to think about that one long, then.
Yeah. All right. Isaiah looks like a pretty standard. Oh, yeah. Delighted Halfling, Boseiju, Strangler Root, and Ignoble. So that's a Ignoble start, or maybe a Halfling, probably a Halfling start. He gets to play both. Yeah, definitely Halfling start. Hopefully Chris gets a good playable hand here. Doesn't have to mulligan to Oblivion. We never want to see that. It's not good magic. Alright, we got push. Okay, this is looking good. He's got lands, he's got removal.
Got one land so far.
Come on, one more. Oh,
That's a
no.
Death Shadow. This is a one-lander.
Does he have a preordain or anything? No? He's got a dress down,
man.
he's got a Thoughtseize.
This looks like a bad hand.
Yeah, I think you could put that one.
I don't know. It's a blue spell.
And that's a tapped land too. I think that's a surveil land.
Okay, then I'm a little more. You can sell me on it a little more then, because at least he gets to see an extra card.
Yeah.
To find that second land.
I'd probably. I think he's gonna put it down to put away the dress down. I feel like he might want to put away the counter spell because like they didn't do anything this game.
Yeah, it's pretty not good.
All right. Hopefully land on top. Yay! There we go. Yeah, leave that right there.
All right, we're off and running.
Isaiah's got a really land heavy hand, but
I'll give
it's
Isaiah the
nice and
game-worn
clean.
win.
All right, so I think we're gonna see a fetch.
Maybe there's that sexy plant token.
Yeah. I think we're gonna see the Delighted Halfling come down first.
That food token's still my favorite.
Yeah. I know, I love that guy too. I want to give it a simpler treatment on the background too.
Yeah, make it like you did with the other one. Make it not as busy. But it just, in the flesh, the card looks so good.
Yeah.
Honestly.
The actual artwork is cool, but it's nice that I have both versions because like the more complex backgrounds make better artwork for like the prints and stuff, and we still get to enjoy those artworks. All right, Blood Halfling came down first, as I thought. Probably going to see a fatal push on this pretty immediately. I mean, you got it in your hand. Go ahead and spend it. Murder this little bastard. It's pretty helpful to get this thing off the table as quickly as possible, especially on your first turn. Probably going to go ahead and shock here. Get the ball rolling on his life total. I think he does have a shadow in hand, so I'm going to make that happen.
Let's see what else he's working with.
Man, I want to make a shadow deck. I had a Mardu shadow deck once, and it felt pretty cool.
Last time I played Shadow, it didn't feel that great to me anymore.
Well, we have enough other, like, backup plans.
I like this, kill this, and then
threat.
Thoughtseize. This is a pretty good turn for Chris.
For sure. This is what these decks
slow
want
him
to do.
down, take his resources.
And he doesn't have much. Isaiah had a pretty lackluster hand to start.
No, but I think this is pretty easy. Take the guy that you can't kill.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, that thing is
And
incredibly
we saw
annoying.
this last game, but I think the difference in this game is not having the mana dorks.
Yeah.
See in the battle. Okay, there's a wall, I think.
Yeah, so he's going to wall and then play the other mana dork. Right, he had an ignoble still, right? Yeah. All right.
Just kind of crazy how this deck can fail like that.
All right. Both these counter spells not doing anything at the moment.
How do you feel about an upkeep dress down here?
I like that. I like that a lot. That's probably what I would do.
He does not like it. Okay.
He's probably going to save it for like, no. I don't know.
Like
what
a
he's saving
Yawg
it
on
for.
the stack or something.
Yeah. I suppose so. I mean, it
Doesn't do a whole
he is
lot.
holding
really.
up counterspell. And
Okay.
Isaiah's hand is like nothing still, so.
See, this is the awkward spot of holding up counterspell, is he's representing Cord here. And you just saw his hand; he didn't have one. So, do you do something here? Do you not do something here?
Yeah. You just want to cycle just to cycle. I don't know.
I mean, you haven't like not a lot going on,
No.
so I don't hate it.
Yeah, and he really needs, for this shadow to get turned on to anything, he needs more lands and fetches, so. Gonna have a response. Probably a cord. No. Let me see if
See, I don't think I think his hand is literally all lands.
he's. Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, maybe a little fancy.
I don't hate it.
I guess I don't really know why he did it.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't
He
really
doesn't
see-
have any real targets for it.
If he had a
and
second
it's-
surveil land, it'd just actively be a horrible play.
Yeah.
You know, when you think
Right.
about it. Like if he just gets a little extra value off of you randomly throwing away a land.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. He had nothing else. I mean, he didn't need the land as a land, and there's not going to be any targets for it. That's him shocked for free. Which in this deck is actually relevant. Helps him out a little bit.
Alright, and then
It's gonna
this
stick around.
resolves, and he will draw a card. And I didn't get to see what it was. Was that end step?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll stay until his end step.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sticking around for a minute. Doesn't do anything for anybody, really.
I mean, technically, it makes his shadow a 1 mana 13/13, but then it just dies. On his end step.
You don't want to do that. Give it haste, maybe? I mean, give it something. All right. Curious to see if we can see anything. Nope. Still just hat. Where's the dismembers at? I think there's one. Maybe. Yeah, that looks like a dismember. Okay. That's a good thing to get out of there too. Like that is worth a
It
removal
does represent
spell.
a lot of mana over the course of a game.
I think that's one of the more like it's a very important card for the deck. Wall of Roots absolutely is. This deck would not be the same deck without Wall of Roots. I think Isaiah just drew a Bowmaster maybe, or just a
more
land.
lands.
Might just be lands. Might just still have nothing but lands.
That's what it looks like to me.
No, he drew a card.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
So if you're Isaiah, I assume you're going to kind of attack Chris's graveyard because you're worried about Murktide.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to get it to a point where if you're going to have a Murktide, you're going to have the smallest Murktide
Mhm.
ever.
Yeah.
He's scrapping. I mean, for a deck that just had no cards in it, basically. Otawara probably going to have to be played as a land here, and that's fine.
Yeah, Chris needs a little bit more action here too. He's gonna have to, if he wants this Death Shadow online, he's gonna have to commit to this
Well, he can
dismember.
get to Death Shadow online this turn. He can dismember.
Yeah, he's just gonna have to.
Yeah, and then jam this motherfucker. And I'm a fan of it. I like dismembering for full value here. Take yourself down to 10. Play a 3/3 Death Shadow. That's a pretty good turn in my opinion.
I do think he should not hold on to the.
I think that he
Otawara.
should have played the Otawara and cast that
Yeah.
off of the Otawara.
Right. Yeah, you need to play the Otawara. You really do.
Yeah, you're so far away from that being
You're still
a
gonna
spell
be.
that
Oh
you can,
no!
yeah,
You could be holding up that Stern Scolding.
You could be.
No. Well, Isaiah's just drawing nothing, so it's good for Chris.
It is good for Chris. Just play the land, dude.
Play the land, please. Thank
There
you.
we go. Okay.
There we go.
No
Back
harm,
on
no
track.
foul.
Back on track.
Didn't even put him behind, really.
Yeah. What is that? I don't know what that card is.
Stern Scolding.
No, it's this counterspell Stern Scolding, and he's got another one that I cannot recognize.
Hibernations? Is it
Oh,
called
yeah.
sideboard? I don't know.
I think that's
is.
what it is. It's like it locks down lands, I think. Locks down forests or something. Green creatures.
Can probably look that up.
We do. We have the technology. Let's check it out. Hibernation. Is that? Yeah. I wonder if there's different artwork.
All green permanents with their owner's hands. Okay, this is an awesome sideboard card against the domain deck.
Yeah. He cycled the peatland. Not sure what he drew. Chris has got a land coming and play tap to Darkside Shore.
If I am Chris, I am never going like shields down on these counter spells right now.
Hell no.
Like I'm holding up Stern Scolding. I'm just gonna try to get there with just this one dude.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's gonna have to.
Yeah.
At this point. Definitely hating on the potential for a Murktide. Isaiah's just drawing nothing. Damn.
That is the problem with these green toolbox decks.
Yeah.
Is you run a lot of lands and a lot of mana dorks, which are basically just extra lands. And
Yeah, for sure.
you can have these type of draws, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think Chris is he's pretty firmly in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah,
I don't think there's
kind of like we
really-
said in round one. It's just looking very much like there's going to be a game 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, he's got everything he needs now.
Yeah, the only thing he really could use is like another fetch land, a thought seed. Like he could he could use a little more damage to himself.
Yeah. Definitely. Thought Seeds would be good. A fetch land would be great.
I just don't want to see him get greedy here and try to like force a Murktide for
Oh my
extra
God,
damage.
yeah.
Okay,
Isaiah's
Isaiah's had enough.
I know what this is.
He drew like 2 spells total.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, that
that's
was
rough.
rough. That was super rough.
All right, so every matchup is winnable if your opponent just doesn't draw
Yeah.
anything.
Well, now we got-
that is what makes Magic great.
We're getting Isaiah on the play here, which is pretty big for Yawg. So
I was playing a game of Mythic level, like Mythic. It's either somebody who's played a lot of Magic or somebody
Right.
who's good, right?
Right,
Like
right.
to reach Mythic level, you have to grind, and so you would assume he's a good player. But like, basically, we had this limited board state where there was nothing I could do. Like he had flyers
Right.
and like that were gonna kill me next turn, and so I'm like, I just kind of just attacked with everything.
right.
Just like maybe he'll mess up and just
Right.
fuck up the blocks.
Yeah.
And he just chose not to block anything.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. So I just got to deal lethal damage to a guy who had me dead on board. All he had to do was just block literally anything, and he did the one block that he couldn't do to win the game, which is just ignore
And this
my
was on
lethal attack.
Was this on Arena?
I'm attacking. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm attacking with like 2 5/4 trample guys and like another 4/4 guy.
Yeah. So
And like literally, he could chump block the 4/4, and I don't win. He's at 11. All he has to do is chump block the dude that doesn't have
Right.
trample, and he wins. And he just chose to block
I
nothing.
think Isaiah's got a pretty playable hand. Maybe this seemed to be a fair amount of lands, but he's got some important pieces. Now, if it's on Moto, it's like, maybe you press the wrong button.
Yeah,
But
like,
on Arena, you can't press the
I
wrong
guess
button.
he could have accidentally because it asks you whenever you try to do something stupid in Arena, it asks you like if
Right.
you try to like target your own.
Are
thing
you
with something-
sure?
Yeah, it's like, are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
Or like if you target something that has ward, they're like, are you sure?
Yeah. Man, that's nice. I'm so used to Moto where it's like you press the wrong button and you just lose. Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I accidentally pass my turn at least once a week.
Yeah, oh, dude, for sure. I had a bad one the other day that I was just like, he was a little ahead, but I was going to be able to grind back in, and it was like, and my internet's not the best, and my computer's not the best at home, so I'm like 0 to like, he's still in his combat, I'm like 0, and it like kind of delays. He's still like waiting, and I'm like, fuck. 0? But like in that time between that 0 and that 0, he passed through the rest of his turn. Like, you motherfucker! All right, we got a Yawgmoth, we got Preordained, digging in. Yeah, that felt so bad.
I find myself 5.
Yeah. No, that's what I was like, cancel, please.
And it usually like ends up canceling just in time for you to catch your own end step.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
It's like, oh, great.
Yeah. Oh, Moto. Dude, I've grown to love it. I love the punishment of it.
I'm coming around on Arena a little bit. I was listening to a streamer, and he was like, this guy does a bunch of, he's drafting a new set, and he's doing it on Arena, and he's talking to his chat, and he's like, I fucking hate Arena. He's like, I think if it were up to me, I would play Magic Online. I'm only playing this because you guys like it.
Right.
And like, one of his people in his chat was like, what? How do you like that better? It's so clunky. He's like, I hate Arena for the same reason that you probably love it. He's like, I don't need like a bunch of fancy music and bears jumping around on my screen.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I like Magic Online because it's cleaner.
It's magic.
He's like, I'm old. I just want to play cards.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would say. All right, we got Soul Cauldron coming down, ready to eat some shit. I feel like maybe, yeah, he's got
Ready to eat some shit indeed.
Yeah. Throw some shit in this cauldron.
Yeah, it's amazing how these blue-black decks, just this Yawgmoth is just kind of a pain in the dick.
Dude, Undying is, man.
Yeah, this is where you a perfectly timed dress down is kind of your best answer to stuff like this.
Bunch of shadows. Oh, this hand is clunky for Chris. Where's his? Does he have a land? I hope he has a land.
Is this another one lander? No. Oh, it is. It's another
God.
one lander, John.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That's no good at all.
Yeah, it's not great.
He doesn't have anything to do. He's got to push. Yep.
Yeah, push.
Just makes it bigger.
Yeah, which I mean, he kind of wants to take damage, but he doesn't want to be behind like this.
Yeah.
Oh, he had to move the discard. Ugh.
Damn. No bueno. All right. See what Isaiah draws.
I might have just fired off the push there, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's something.
I mean, the damage kind of helps you a little bit.
In Isaiah's hand over here. Get a glimpse. Oh, it looks like he's got a pretty stacked hand. And he plays a wall of roots. It's going to immediately... Yeah, I just start running some shit out. Well, there's a good target for your push.
Well, yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
Very good that he didn't take my advice and just fire off his push willy-nilly. Now he's actually got some targets for it.
Yeah, but the thing is, Soul Cauldron makes that mean nothing.
That's fair.
That's the bitch about Soul Cauldron.
You have no way to deal with Soul Cauldron in
Yeah.
your blue-black deck other than like bouncing.
Yeah. Like, all right, that's cool. Now one of these other things is going to be a Delighted Halfling. And bigger. Cauldron was
Probably
also...
just the wall. That'd be great. That'd make the wall tap for 2 mana, basically.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good.
You get 3 mana a turn cycle out of...
Soul Cauldron is so good in this deck. It's so much better than any other place you could put that card. There's so many layers to what it does in this deck.
Isaiah also kind of has to... I mean, there's also going to be some temptation to hit his opponent's deck, or get him Murktide. He's just so far behind with this one hand.
I don't think that.
It's
He can do
hard.
it whenever he needs to for himself. So.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not the game 3 we were hoping for here.
No, it's really unfortunate to see Chris have this one land hand because
and we're low on the clock here too.
Yeah.
Which could be a factor. Like Isaiah, very strong hold on this game, but if he didn't pick up the pace,
I'm gonna go ahead and let him know.
Yeah.
About 4 minutes to time and around. Dismember on the wall. Yeah, crispy and this is where, yeah, go ahead and activate the Soul Cauldron. Let's make your Yawgmoth a little, well, I guess let him kill it first. Or just go ahead and make it bigger. Fuck it. Got a shadow.
The old 2/2. Blocks 1/1. For now. It does make attacking a little tricky for Isaiah.
Yeah. Well, if he activates Soul Cauldron, he can get through it. It makes it, of course, getting through, make it bigger.
Yeah,
So
that's the tricky part. Is
Yeah.
do you really want to give your opponent a monster?
A Grist would be good.
Grist would seal the deal for sure.
Oh,
Okay, you just
his
got
own
to fatal
Fatal
push.
There you go. All right, this is where he's going to eat his Death Shadow. I went ahead and grew his Yawgmoth. I'd probably just go ahead and do it again. All right, you got a Chumper here. Get in for 2. Is he holding an Endurance, maybe?
Oh my god, just one land,
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah, this sucks. Not even cantrips, even. They're rough.
I think it's another monster.
Yeah, which is definitely monster status here. I'm going to flash an Endurance. Going to tuck Chris's graveyard. Yep.
Yeah, it makes the most sense.
Yeah, that way you can't top deck a land. Gotta randomize them a little bit.
Yeah, face down's better.
There we go. Totally randomized.
Isaiah, you're such an asshole. It's 2 cards, man.
Alright, Delighted Halfling here. Now he's got a 4/5. I can tap for mana. Oh, and here's the guy. I think. Oh no. Okay. He's gonna 2, 3. Oh, fucking beautiful.
He's not taking it.
No, he doesn't need to. He's got access to Soul
Oh,
Cauldron.
yeah.
Beautiful.
He took it. All right.
He can't remove. Oh, he did take it. Okay. He can't remove. Well, yeah. He can make. Actually, that's pretty funny. He's just making mana, and he's gonna play the Grist and then sack probably the plant token. Yeah. Yeah, man, I really wish I would have seen Chris draw a land this game.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's not a good matchup for him, but I think he kind of had the tools to maybe get there.
If he would have seen a land, which of course, I mean, you
not
never.
having the land is not having the tools.
The rule of Magic is you never keep a one-lander, no matter what deck you have. Turns.
If it was like a one-lander with like double preordained,
Yeah,
I'd be okay with it. You know,
Sure.
I can count that.
No,
as a land.
yeah, I mean, you can be, as long as there's like a real cantrip. I wouldn't do it on a consider or like an opt. I'd do it on a preordain.
I've done it on those, and I'll sometimes I'll just choose the Plowslay in my hand, which is like instead of using like consider to hit that second land drop, just go ahead and take your second draw step, and then if you have to take your second turn off on your main phase, because you just get to see extra cards that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's nothing worse than if you keep a one-lander and then like on the end step of your opponent's first turn, you just like opt, and then there's a land on top. So you really didn't do it. You're going to draw that anyway. You know?
For sure. All right, looks like Chris scooped up to Isaiah, finished
really
right
unfortunate game 3 there.
Yeah, definitely.
Chris just didn't have any way to actually function. So, but Isaiah he got the bye in round 1, so he's 2-0 off to a hot start here.
Yeah, for sure.
We will be right back with round 3, so stay tuned.
Peace.